we've all done it. We have all done it. You ship out an order and you forget a bar of soap.
Right.
We've all done it. If there's somebody out there says they ain't done it, you lying.
Welcome to the Dirty Heifers podcast. Soap making, small business, and so much more. Let's get dirty. Welcome back to the Dirty Heifers, the podcast where we talk soap, small business, and occasionally stir the pot just enough to keep things interesting. I'm Margaret, the one who will absolutely overthink an email response for 3 hours, and I'm joined by my partners in lather, my sudsy sidekicks, the bubbles to my bath, Jessie and Shauna. Tonight's episode is one of those, we're not fighting, we're just passionate kind of conversations. We're going to talk about something that no one really sees until it's gone. Your reputation. Oh, by the way, I made up a topic. Because...
I'm sitting there going, really? This is news to me.
Yeah. Because here's the truth. In small business, especially online, your reputation is currency. It's the thing that gets you repeat customers. It's the thing that makes people defend you in the comments. It's the thing that makes someone choose you over someone who's $4 cheaper. And the scary part? You can build it for years and damage it in minutes. So tonight we're digging into how reputations are really built, how they quietly erode, and what to do when you mess up, and whether being liked is the same as being respected. But before we dive in, we have our word of the week.
All right, the word is spelled Reprobate.
I know this one.
All right.
Golf clap. This is reprobate.
Reprobate. That's absolutely correct. Do
That
you know the
means,
meaning?
It's kind of like backslidden or something like that. Like not where it's supposed to be, like kind of down here.
I see where you're going with that. Let me use it in a sentence and see if it goes along with what you're saying. After Shauna accidentally posted that unfiltered behind-the-scenes clip, the comments section briefly treated her like a full-blown reprobate.
She was a coal.
A what?
A coal.
What is a cull?
I know
like,
what coal is like a verb, but
like with cows, when you the cows that won't get pregnant such as that, you cull them. They're cull calves. They're not worth anything.
Okay. All right, so
are you gonna cull me?
It's
That's
a different way.
I thought about it a time or two, to be honest.
Well, you can't reach me, so it's all right.
You cull a cow because they can't get pregnant.
If they can't reproduce, they ain't worth having.
Right, so they ain't worth having. So a person who is a reprobate is somebody who's morally unprincipled, like someone who's seen like beyond reform. So you can't fix them. Just like I guess you can't fix a cow that can't get pregnant.
They ain't much good. They ain't no count.
Yeah. Okay.
They ain't no count.
Do you have a redneck word of the week?
I does. Well, it's not a redneck word of the week. It's, I do. Y'all, I even had this done, like, before I logged on, so kudos to me. But this is another Mississippi town because I'm struggling to come up with words y'all don't know. Maybe I should invent one like Margaret did that one time. So here we go. This is a town within the state of Mississippi.
All right. It is spelled DE. Next word is LISLE.
DeLille.
Close.
I want to be really stupid. DeLizzle.
DeLizzle, my shizzle.
That's how Snoop Dogg would say it.
I could really
come head on down there to DeLizzle.
And say Snoop Dogg is from DeLizzle, but you know, he's actually got Snoop Dogg actually has ties to Mississippi, but he's not from Mississippi.
Okay.
Delice. I don't know.
I don't know. It's aisle.
Y'all give up?
Yes.
It's DeLille.
DeLille. Okay.
DeLille.
DeLille.
And I've got to look. I've got to look up a fun fact because I did forget that.
So DeLille one on the show has to look up a fun fact about DeLille.
The Mini Heifer.
True that.
Speaking of, it's hilarious. You told us yesterday that you were talking to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT referred to you as the Heifer in Chief.
The Heifer in Chief.
The Heifer in Chief.
So you're the organized heifer, the hippie heifer, and the Heifer in Chief now.
Yes. There's a lot of ways we can go with this heifer thing.
Yeah, there are. I drove to
a dairy
farm today.
We're going to see what Chad says about DeLille.
All right.
DeLizzle.
DeLizzle, my shizzle. All right. DeLille dates back to the 1700s and was originally settled by French colonists, hence the name. The name itself, French, it means on the island. DeLille sits right by the Jordan River, which feeds into Bay St. Louis, which feeds into the Gulf of whatever you want to call it, because it is such a divisive point right now. So we just call it the Gulf.
Into the Gulf.
Into the Gulf. And it's actually right, DeLille was right in Hurricane Katrina's path. So Hurricane Katrina went right over top of it. And that's about it.
It still exists, huh?
Okay. That is,
like to wipe it off the map.
That was a nasty one. How long ago was that?
20 years ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a long
That
time.
was a nasty storm. It took us, we evacuated. Because, Category 1, Category 2, it'd be alright. We'll have some tornadoes, that's about it. Cat 3 and up, no, we gone, boo. So we left, we went to Arkansas, because hurricanes always, when they make landfall, they make an eastern turn. So we went to Arkansas. And we come back, when we left southeast Arkansas, it took us 48 hours to get back home, which should have been a 5-6 hour drive. 48 hours.
It's a lot.
Hey, just think, in the future, if you ever have to evacuate again, you can evacuate to Margaret's house. She's going to be in Tennessee.
That's true.
Couldn't I? I'm
true.
crashing, Margaret. But just like when we finally got to our driveway, it was like somebody had dropped a box of matchsticks. There was just trees. It took us a full day to cut to our house with chainsaw. That was a crazy storm.
But the house was okay.
House was okay. Tree come that close to hitting it. But we had a house, and it's funny because back then we had these huge 100-year-old plus pecan trees all around the house. And when we was watching the storm make landfall on TV, and I told Farrell, I said, "There ain't no way we got a house left. There ain't no way. There ain't no way."
I can't even imagine the worry and the fear and the dread.
So
it's something.
After you got back, were those pecan trees no more?
Oh yeah, they gone.
Yeah,
they everyone
eliminate the threat.
Every one of them. And Farrell's grandfather planted all of them. Mm-hmm. Or his great grandfather planted all of them. But yeah, it was. That was a crazy storm. We was without power for 19 days. In August.
Oh, boy.
It was hot. We were proud of that cold shower every evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
would be a needed cold shower. At least you had water.
Yeah. Well, everybody down here has generators. Because, hurricanes.
Yeah.
So,
but you have to have
if you
fuel
don't
to run it, so.
Yeah, that was fun to, most of the time, when we've got a hurricane that's projected to hit, our region of the Gulf, you start 5 days ahead stocking up with gas.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had plenty of gas, and it took about a week for gas trucks to get to where they could make it down to gas stations. Mm-hmm. And so But yeah, that was the type of thing where it was you would run the generator long enough to keep your deep freeze cold and to take a shower in the evenings, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it because you had to conserve gas.
Right. I remember, I'm into emergency preparedness too, and I've seen those things. All these people are like, fill up your bathtub, and I'm like, are you drinking the water out of the bathtub? Like,
No, flush your commode.
That's to flush, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Flush.
but you still need water for other stuff too. So, but then they have those big things that fit in your bathtub that you can fill up with water. It expands, so it's like folded up, and in case of emergency, you start filling it
Really?
up, and it blows out. Yeah, it's a plastic container that'll fit in your bathtub.
Send me a link for that. I'll have to get one of those.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know that was a thing.
So let's get back on to what we're thinking about talking about.
Squirrel.
Reputation.
Squirrel.
What builds a good reputation? Like, how do you build a good reputation?
Consistency.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
I mean,
Well, I mean, if you're consistent, it's more than just consistency. If you're consistently horrible, you're gonna have a bad reputation, which isn't in itself it's a reputation. It's just not
That's
a good
true.
kind to have.
Right.
But it comes with customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently producing a good product.
Mm-hmm.
All those types of building relationships with customers. It's because believe it or not, word of mouth is still a thing, but word of mouth nowadays comes in the form of reviews.
How about transparency?
Product is as
Transparency.
advertised. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Product
Exactly.
is as advertised, absolutely. How about quality?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Obviously.
you got to produce a good product.
Do you think that people buy from us because they trust us or because they like us?
Both.
Both, yeah.
What do you think
Both.
gets that
It's-
first sale, trust or like? You'd have to be like before you get, right?
You gotta trick somebody's trigger before they trust you. Yeah, it's kind of like a friendship, To start with, when we all started talking, we didn't trust one another to start with.
Right.
You have conversations and such as that to build that relationship.
And
So
I think,
how do you build that online with complete strangers and build a brand based on trust when you can't
That's
talk
part-
to each person?
That goes back to posting consistently
Right.
Yeah.
and being consistent in what you post. The more, I mean, think of it this way: if there's a creator that you run across, and 1 minute it's cooking videos, and the next minute it's firework explosions, and it's just all over the place, are you going to trust that person?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It would depend on what I'm trusting
Particular
it for.
example too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like in a business sense.
Right.
If there's a business that you scroll across on your feed, whether it be on Meta or YouTube or whatever, if 1 minute they're posting like dog training videos, and then 1 minute they're posting, whatever their craft is, and the next minute they're posting this and they're posting that, and they're not consistent, you're not as apt to trust them as you would be like, say, Royalty Soaps, when all she does is just soap making videos and shows you the entire process every time.
Right.
Right.
And I think that's another thing right there is just showing the entire process. I
Have
think
you
also us talking about things like the science behind it, or us talking about why you do this or that or the other, and us talking about things that is
like
simple
showing
to us.
your education in the
Yeah,
subject.
like talking about the IFRA or talking about, lie and life safety and talking about all this stuff. I mean, it shows that you've done your research and you know what you're talking about, right? And I think that builds a lot of trust for people too.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a big part of it is, you've got to have an educational component in it. That's, like you said, that lets your customer base or whoever's on the other side of the screen know, okay, this person knows what they're talking about.
Right. And I guess if you watch people enough, you kind of get to learn a little bit of the lingo, so you could kind of tell if they're just blowing it out their ass.
Lots of blowhards out there.
A lot of blowhards out there. Like, I won't even go into it. Have you ever hurt your own reputation without realizing it? Or do you know somebody? Have you ever watched somebody, have you ever watched a video of somebody and in that moment said, oh no?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, think about here a few weeks ago, that Scotty K Fitness stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, he built his community on cooking videos that were, healthy.
Like healthy cooking.
And they were funny. They were funny. And, he was informative and such as that. And then he went and got political. And then people started looking into his past and brought out all of his skeletons. And
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like politics can ruin your reputation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Today it can. I feel like,
Yes.
today it can.
Used to, like when we were younger, Margaret even longer ago.
Oh.
She's just upset.
Oh,
I gave her
shots
a
fired.
good, I think I gave her a good short joke today.
She did.
She got a fire back.
But, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, when we was kids. When we was kids, you didn't ask anybody about their politics. You didn't talk about politics.
You didn't
now,
talk about
that
money,
seems to
religion, politics.
No. That
Those
was,
were all off limits.
The religion, not so much down here, but politics and money, you didn't talk about. But nowadays, that seems to be like the first thing people want to do is know about your politics. And sometimes they'll ask you, and sometimes they'll just try to jab you just to get you to respond, just so they can figure out where you stand. And
Right. That's a really hard thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So many people getting canceled just because of their political beliefs. That's
well, I mean, you don't even have to say anything. People can make an assumption about you and just turn around and try and ruin you. So,
have you ever posted something that you later regretted?
A lot of my early videos.
And I don't mean like I was gonna say I don't mean regret like, oh my goodness, look at my hair, look at the background, I sound so cringy, I sound rehearsed, like nothing like that. I mean like, have you ever posted something and then look back at it and been like, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that, or oh, that had something in the background that didn't look professional, or anything like that?
I don't know if I've posted something and then regret it later, but I think when I was editing videos, sometimes I was like, should I post that there or not? I just, because people can just construe things so crazily,
You have to go through your videos with such a fine tooth comb nowadays. It's just, I don't think I've posted I haven't posted anything that I've looked back and been like, I shouldn't have posted that, because I try to keep, first and foremost, I keep politics out of all of my posts, because the way I look at that's between me, the voting booth, and the good Lord Almighty. It ain't nobody else's business.
Well, I just feel like with how polarizing politics is now, if you express any view in any direction, you've just eliminated 50% of your potential customers. And I just don't think how I make my soap has nothing to do with my politics. Like the quality of my product has nothing to do with politics, so I don't touch it at all.
But it's not just politics. I mean, there's so many things that, like recently, several weeks ago, the whole other thing with Jesse, and you come across, how do I say this? An individual who does not look very good for perseverating on something. Big word.
Perseverating.
Simmerating. What?
Perseverating. Fixated on something. She's fixated on it. She's so fixated on it and so over the top about it.
Yeah.
That it looks so bad. And honestly, as a result of that, I would not trust anything coming out of her mouth or her shop.
So then now she's built a reputation as somebody who's fixated on other people's ingredients, fixated in bringing people down, fixated, she's not building herself up, and she's not building a good name for her brand.
That's an example, had a good reputation, good customer base, and now is tearing it down over something just so ridiculous.
It's and that's the thing is it's that person has got their customer base, and there are people that look for those types of businesses, and that's all. That goes back to, we've all got our niche, we've all got our customer base.
Have them.
Mm-hmm.
She can have them. That's fine, And I'm still not gonna get on here and talk bad about her or anything like that, because that's just not that's not me.
That's reprobate behavior.
You said it, not me. So,
I heard.
There's, that's kind of like, I know several soap makers. One of which, he sent me some soap here a while back, Dirty Murray Soap Coat, and he likes to do, he does essential oils or no fragrances, and does all natural colorants, and that's fine. And you know what? He don't bash anybody for using micas or fragrance oils.
Right.
He's a cool guy. You know.
Right. That's just
you can still you can still market to that audience and have that type of product and not be polarizing about it.
Well, you can still, we do both. I have essential oil soaps, I have fragrance oil soaps, I have fragrance-free soaps, and I have no problem marketing to all three of those.
Right.
Exactly.
Customer bases.
Do
you think that responding emotionally online damages your credibility?
Yes.
100%.
It's always good to step back and take a minute and simmer on things.
Unless it's something good that you're responding emotionally to. If like something really good happened and I came in and was like so happy that maybe I had, like happy tears, that might not, that might label me as a softie. But I don't think it's going to damage my reputation. Right. But reacting emotionally in an angry way is going to...
Right. And so many people do that. Mm-hmm. We've talked about that before on here, like, responding snarkily or angrily towards reviews.
Yeah.
People do that. And, there's a way you can do it, and it's kind of funny if you're doing it in such a way that...
Yeah.
Pointing out the fallacy of what the person has said, right? Sorry, another big word.
Yeah.
And I know that one too.
Say like someone, has a negative review and it's just absolutely ridiculous, Right. And everybody reading it can see that it's ridiculous. But if you you did something wrong and then you turn around and try to make the other person look bad, it just...
And me and a friend were talking about this the other day. I don't think I've ever left a bad review, like an ugly... I've never left an ugly, bad review on anything. I may have left constructive reviews, but you can word those where they're helpful and not hurtful.
Right. Yeah. Do you think, is deleting comments worse than leaving them?
I'm not deleting any comments.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't delete anything.
Not.
Well, I really regretted. I did tell you last episode we talked about how somebody talked about AI, and I was so aggravated I deleted it right away. And then afterwards I really I was upset that I deleted the comment because I should have just left it there so that people arguing in the comments really it does increase the traffic.
It does increase traffic. I think if I don't think I would delete something towards me. Maybe just respond to it. Like that one person who said, like, oh, you put water in your body butter? No wonder it doesn't work.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I just responded to it like, yeah, it's emulsified. You have to have water to get it, whatever. But if they're attacking somebody else and being nasty to someone else in the comments, that I'd probably delete and block. Yeah.
Well, I've had, I was doing the rainbow soaps for a long time, and people would really go crazy in those comments about, rainbow is God's gift, or rainbow is this, and rainbow is that. They would argue over the different meanings of the rainbow, and I'm going to let that go until it becomes personal, when they attack each other. Then I delete them, because that's not cool. But you want to argue over the meaning of something? Go ahead, push my video out. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no such, in my opinion, there's no such thing as a bad comment.
Well, I think there are bad comments. I have to disagree with that.
And that, you know what? That's what's cool about us. We've disagreed on a lot of things.
Right. I think there can be bad, hurtful comments that should be, deleted. That, there's a lot of darkness on the web. And if it's not,
yeah, there are a lot of people that I don't know why they think that it's so much fun to say awful things to people online. Like,
it's like they went through that teenage, when you're growing up and you're reaching that teenage and you want to be like snarky and funny at the same time and cutting, and you just come across as a rude little shit. That's what they are. They're rude little shits who never grew out of that stage.
But when we were growing up, you did it to someone's face, and if they didn't like it, they punched you, right?
You. Right.
Now it's all online.
Right.
You learn your lesson, but now it's all online, and you don't get that feedback.
Right.
And a lot of it is bots. You'll never convince me otherwise. A lot of it's bots. I don't which that's fine. I mean, bot comments, whatever. Go ahead. Call me Nazi. I don't care.
Would you rather be loved or respected?
I've had that. Huh?
Would you rather be loved or respected?
Respected.
Respected. I got people who love me.
Yeah. Well, I can love you and not respect you.
That's right.
That's true.
I absolutely love people and I have no respect for them. But yeah, I would rather be respected. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 100%.
Can you be both? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can love you and respect you, and I can respect you and hate you.
Yeah,
at the same
100%.
time.
Yeah, 100%.
How about this? Because we put ourselves out there a lot. Is being too accessible dangerous?
Yes.
Yeah.
How?
100%. Well, for instance, I used to, on my business cards and thank you cards and such, I used to have my phone number on those. And I had some really weird text messages and calls and such as that. And I no longer have that.
I remember that because I remember getting one and I was like, that's kind of weird.
Well, you got to think. Now, I'm from the South. Small community.
Right.
And, that never even crossed my mind. Call it, gullible, whatever. It is what it is. So do you have
a phone number on your cards now?
No.
How about you?
Now, there are certain people that if I give them a card and I want them to have my number, I will 100% write it on there. Mm-hmm. But no.
Right. Although I do think that maybe that card is how I ended up texting you.
It probably is. So maybe it was a good thing I left it on there as long as I did.
Yeah, right? Have you ever felt pressure? Well, I also think that being too accessible is dangerous in that, you don't want people getting too close to your personal life. And then also if you're too accessible, I don't know. I feel like you might not censor things that should be censored.
Right.
True.
If,
there should be good separation between your personal life and your business in your online persona.
Yes.
Exactly.
It shouldn't all be,
right.
for everyone.
I mean, there's transparency is good to a point.
Yeah.
You don't owe everyone everything. And I was literally just telling someone this today who's like, I've told you about the individual that, I talk to a lot and help along, who's a lot younger than us. And she was going on. She was like, this person said this about me. Maybe the first person was right. And I really am like closed off and all this other stuff. I was like, you don't owe every single person your entire open life. Okay. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to be closed off, and you're allowed to, have separation between friends and the people you really let in. So
I feel like a lot of people blur those lines.
Yeah.
And because they feel like they owe people. I mean, and
I'm not saying that we're on this level, but you look at like celebrities and the people who get so obsessed with them that they think like, I'm friends with this person, and they have to have separation. And I didn't even know the other day hey, do you guys know who Daniel Radcliffe is? Mm-hmm. He played Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw something yesterday and I was like, holy bleep, this guy had a kid. I didn't even know he had a kid. And so I looked it up, and they said like he and his partner had a boy, and they, as far as I can tell, they've never told the public the name of the child.
Okay,
good for them.
And I was like, wow,
good for them.
Yeah, and they're keeping it out of the public, and you have
letting that kid have a normal life.
Yeah,
or trying to as much as you could.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt pressure to perform authenticity?
Authenticity?
Authentically.
Pressure to be
like,
authentic.
Well, yeah, like, do you ever feel like you're putting on an act, anything like that?
No.
No, me neither.
No, I don't feel like I'm putting on an act. I feel like on this podcast we play up our each individual little personas a little bit, but it's not like
I mean,
we lean into it. Definitely lean into it.
It's not really us.
Exactly.
We just, like you said, lean into it.
I'm 100% being me, but I absolutely lean into the country persona a little bit more because I mean it works. But I mean I'm country's a boiled okra sandwich. Don't get me wrong.
I'm sorry, what?
A
boiled okra sandwich. Okay.
That's a mama latherism right there.
I don't think I ever had okra.
That sounds disgusting.
You ain't missed nothing. You ain't missed a thing. That's one of them other southern delicacies I don't like.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can trust you though. I mean, you don't like watermelon.
Or
look,
or shrimp.
I have tried all my life to develop a taste for watermelon. The minute it hits my mouth, my stomach turns inside out.
That's
I cannot help it. I just cannot help it.
I've never really felt pressure to perform, but there are times when, like, if I have a live scheduled or I'm going to, film content, and let's say I just had a fight with my daughter or something, where I'm yelling off camera, yelling and screaming, and then take a second, 1, 2, 3, hi everybody,
Right.
that's
that's
hard.
I mean,
I get
you do
that.
feel pressure to, like, on lives to talk and such when I don't feel like talking necessarily, but I think that's, where you were just, the example you were just given, that's another example of separating your personal life from your business, right?
And that, I think,
you're not going to get on your live and be like, I just had a fight with my daughter.
Some people would.
Exactly.
I know, but I don't think you should.
But that's where that line gets blurred.
That's where that line gets blurred.
Because
that's right.
these cameras are in the house. I think it'll be a lot different when they're in my shop only, not so much in my house.
It is so much different. It is so much different.
It's going to be nice. Because I was just thinking, like, I can do, like, ASMR stuff now, like with the sounds of me making soap without piano or my kids screaming in the background or whatever. It's like, oh, that's going to be so nice.
Yeah. Speaking of talking on lives and stuff and coming up with things to say, freaking TikTok restricted my live again today. Because I was wrapping soap. It was before you got on there, Jesse. I was wrapping soap. I'd just been on for about 2 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to wrap some soap today. This is a custom that I made, and it's going to go out. Not selling anything because it already belongs to someone. I wasn't pushing anything. I didn't tell anyone to go to my website. I didn't direct them anywhere else. And I'm like, what the? It immediately was like, oh, your live is restricted. We had 11 people in there. I'm like, now I've got to wrap this soap. And I know I have to wrap it because I can't do it tomorrow. I don't know how long I'm going to be, restricted for. So I'm like, I just got to do it on this live and get it done.
Did it give you a reason why?
When somebody on the live said, oh, well, when you're done, you can click and check what the reason is. So I checked what the reason was, and it said that I was directing people off of the platform. And so I went to appeal it, and it said, you can't appeal it because the restriction's already over. So, okay, so it was just restricted during the live. So as soon as the live is over, your restriction is over, which is a pain in the butt. And then it said, do you agree with this? No, I don't. And it gave you, like, choices. And my choice, it was, I agree with this, but I feel like it's too strict. No. And I think I chose, I do not agree with this. I did not do the actions that you said.
Right.
But and that's all with AI. I must have said some kind of a trigger word.
Well, in all honesty, it's probably because it could tell you're a business, and you're not on TikTok Shop.
Right. I'm a business. I'm not on TikTok Shop, but I wasn't selling. because it wasn't a product that was for sale.
Don't matter.
I was talking about wrapping soap and
TikTok is getting to be
That's
such
why
a
I'm
pain.
saying TikTok stinks right now. It's not
and
fun. It's, you know.
And you know, the other thing that drives me up a wall is the every single day getting an email. Join TikTok Shop. Put your business on TikTok Shop. I've been on it for months. Stop freaking emailing me and telling me to get on. Like, you should know by now that I'm on.
Yep.
You know?
I was looking this morning. Hang on. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 emails from TikTok Shop. One is Shop Creator. One is TikTok for today. Today. And
that's more than I got today, but still.
You know, TikTok is so incredibly frustrating right now.
Yep.
It's when we started off on this, it was fun. You know, you posted, you could really be creative, and it's just
it's
part of the job now.
We were laughing the other day because they had this, you know, they said anything that you ship through the USPS had to be through TikTok shipping now. And then they said all shipping has to be through TikTok shipping. And then just a couple days ago, they sent emails like, never mind, you can still have seller shipping.
Yeah, what it was is it was, you know, they were trying to push the fulfilled by TikTok, or you could do this other thing and like collections by TikTok is what they were trying to push. That's what, because they were fixing to completely disable the seller center thing where you ship through there. And now they've gone back on it, which I'm glad they have, because it was just a crap show, you know, just ugh.
Yeah, they're gonna do themselves in here soon.
Now if they would just turn the algorithm back to where, you know, no matter who you are.
Yep. That's not going to happen.
Know,
I wonder if they can, like, because, you know, that was a big part of the cell issue was the algorithm thing.
Well, the thing about it is, and this could be tweaked, is now they throttle your views if you don't advertise with TikTok. If you're a business and you don't advertise, they throttle your views. How do I know this? 6 months ago, I could post a video, and I get that I've got a bigger reach. I get that. But 6 months ago, I could post a video, and I would get like 20,000 views within 48 hours. Easy. Not a problem.
Yep.
Now, I'm lucky to get 1,000 in 48 hours. And you know when all this happened?
As soon as you said you're a business.
October.
When
this happened.
Yeah, I don't know. They have to fix that. So what's the biggest mistake that you've ever made publicly?
Getting lye in my eyeball.
But we're talking about
that one was easy.
So.
Yeah. Well, what kind of a reputation is that? Like, I don't know, safety gear or something like that?
Well, I mean, that showed that I was a dummy for not wearing safety glasses.
Right.
I mean,
but it was also a learning moment because I wear them religiously now.
Learning moment and a teaching moment. Let's see. How about you, Shauna? I don't know if I can...
I can't think of anything recent. I think most of my mistakes were early on.
Yeah.
Maybe even before I got on TikTok, so...
I don't know that I've ever made any, like, reputational mistakes.
Yeah.
But we've definitely made soap mistakes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And how do I address it? You know, what do? I
Transparency.
Own it.
Absolutely.
Laugh at it.
That lets people know that you are human and you don't portray this persona of being the perfect soap maker.
Right. Well, I mean, I think not only it lets people know you're human, but it also says, hey, they're going to find the mistake and they're going to own up to the mistake and not put that out. Like when I made the pine tar and I was like, oh, it got so chunky in there. And then I put it in and then realized that some of those chunks seemed pretty lye heavy. And I'm like, well, I can't sell this crap. I posted a video about it.
Yeah.
This happened to me. I thought maybe it was good to go. It's just going to be really ugly pine tar, but now I see there's lye pockets in it. Can't sell that. It's still sitting on stupid shelves too, like on the curing rack. I haven't dumped it yet because it's so hard to dump.
It's so hard to dump soap when you know, like, I wasted so much time and money on this. Yeah.
I did the same thing with that. Remember that 100-pound batch of Toes in the Sand? Mm-hmm. I owned it. I'm like, it happens. Even though, I'm a bigger soap maker.
Yep.
Doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes.
Yep. I pulled out a lye heavy batch. And you know how, like, when you're cutting it with the wire, you can tell when it's cutting that it's lye heavy by it crunches or like it feathers out of the spot. So as I was cutting it, I'm like, oh crap, this is lye heavy. So turn it into a teaching moment. Hey, instead of turning it into I'm trying to sell this soap, I'm turning it into hey, if you're a soap maker, watch me, because look at this. This is what you don't want. So I changed my focus on that. Do customers
that builds
forgive?
a reputation that builds a reputation as you know what you're talking about, and you're not going to go out and try and sell something that's janky, right?
That's true.
Right.
Or unsafe.
Something I didn't think about that as I thought of it as, oh no, I messed up. I got to own up to it. I didn't think of it as I messed up. I caught the mess up. I'm aware enough to realize it, and that helps the reputation when you're transparent. I didn't think of it at the time, but now looking back on it, yes. Do customers forgive easily?
I think it depends on how long they've been with you.
Yeah, and it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends on how much the slight is and how you handle it.
I have found that most customers do forgive so long as you... we've all done it. We have all done it. You ship out an order and you forget a bar of soap.
Right.
We've all done it. If there's somebody out there says they ain't done it, you lying. I'm sorry. Because we've all done it.
Yeah.
And, customer email me like, hey, this wasn't in my... they'll take a picture of their packing slip, which I could pull it up anyhow, but, they're being transparent about it. Not a problem. This was my goof up. I done this. I own it 100%. And I'll send them their missing product and a little extra with it.
Yep.
That's how you keep your reputation.
Exactly. You always got to send a little extra. Because you got to make up for the mistake. Now, because you've inconvenienced them. Not only, like they ordered something and they're going to get it still, but now they have to wait. Because they had to wait for the original delivery time. They had to contact you. They had to wait for your solution, wait for it to be delivered again. So to make up for the inconvenience, you have to. I do find that as long as you're transparent and upfront with people, that they're pretty forgiving.
Yeah.
Is over-apologizing damaging?
Yes.
How so?
Yes. Then you seem disingenuous.
Yeah. Disingenuous or,
Or desperate.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Or desperate.
People can smell desperation from a mile away, son.
When does explaining things become making excuses?
If you're not owning up to it. I mean, you can explain away, but as long as you're still owning the mistake.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need to explain. Like, you just own it,
Yeah. Oops. My bad. Sorry.
Yep. I done it. I'm sorry. And I've had customers email me like, this was forgot. Like, I apologize. And sometimes it's been a customer's like, this was a gift. And I'll tell them, say, I'll be extra sorry. And I am.
Right.
I mean, I feel horrible. Like, would you like me to send product, or I can give you, or I'll refund your whole order? Because that was my mess up.
Right.
I've had it happen, and I've refunded the entire order because
it was a mess up. You want to make it right.
It was a big mess up because like I said, it was supposed to be a gift.
Yeah. Have you ever turned down money to protect your reputation?
If I've ever been offered money like that.
Well, the way I'm thinking of is like, have you ever? When I came up with that, I don't know what I was thinking, but as I'm thinking of it now, I'm thinking like, have you ever been offered to an affiliate deal?
I know you up in New York, but I mean, give them an offer they can't refuse, No.
Yeah, but have you ever had like, a product that people asked you to to promote or something like that, or a sponsored thing that you just like, oh, I'm going to take this sponsorship money, but I don't believe in this?
No,
I have not yet. No.
No.
No, if I have endorsed something online, I honestly liked the product and thought it was a good product.
Right. And I think that's part of the TikTok shop thing. Like everybody's selling something. You like come across those shoppable videos and the shoppable lives and stuff, and you look back on those people's pages, and they're selling 5 million different products. Like there's they're not loyal to the product or to the brand or to any of that stuff. So
yeah,
they're just really good at making commercials.
Right.
Really good at it. Yeah, and yeah.
Would you take a big wholesale deal if it required cutting corners?
No.
If someone had a particular formula they wanted made,
that was
under
what
their
I was
name,
thinking. Right?
I would tell them. I mean, if we've known this before, and I forget. We needed to have an episode about like white label versus black label versus all the other ones because I always forget what they are.
What's black label?
There's some that like you make your product and they put their label on it or whatever. There's some where you make their product for them.
No, isn't white label where you make their product?
See, this is why we need an episode on it so we know which one's which, because I looked it up. They're different. Anyway, if someone comes in, like we've known people who make soap for a big brand or whatever, and they're using their formula. Whether or not that you like that formula, you're just making their soap for them, right?
Right. That's the only thing that when I was thinking,
though.
That's not cutting corner, that's just using somebody else's recipe. And their
as long as it's safe, you know.
Right.
Right, but if they come in and they want my recipe, but they want me to do something else with it, I'll be like, no, it's my recipe. You know, especially if my name is going to be on the label somewhere. No.
Right, exactly. If I'm going to be connected to this product in any way whatsoever, I'm not cutting corners. No, I mean I might. You know, do you want to use inferior ingredients? That's on you. No.
I know that years ago we were talking about. Someone said like, "Man, your bar of soap lasts so long." And my husband had this very brief, he has since rejected this idea, thing like, should we make it not last as long? And I was like, no, I'm not changing it and decreasing the quality just so they buy more soap. You know, it's like, no.
Well, that's like I even tell my customers to cut my soap in half.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's how you keep customers.
Yep.
Right.
That's how you keep customers. You produce a quality product. You tell them how to make it last, because in the end, you want to sell soap, but you got to play the long game. And that long game is keeping customers that will repeatedly buy, you know, and you're not going to do that. Exactly. And you're not going to do that by creating an inferior product
or cutting corners
that melts quicker. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I had someone who messaged me and he's like, hey, I tried this other soap. I really liked the brand feel. And I tried this other soap, but it just melts away in the shower. What's up with that? And so I went and looked at the ingredient list. It's like, well, I can guess why it does that. But he's like, yours lasts forever. And this one just melts away.
Lots of soft oils.
Yep, lots of soft oils.
Well, I think a feeling that ingredient is coconut oil, and I was like, well, that just melts away too. So
I have a feeling that a lot of the big brands like that, they do that on purpose. Like the fact that they pull the glycerin out so that they could sell you other products. Just know, that's their way of getting repeat
That's what
customers.
The whole thing with
they're double dipping in your pocketbook.
Yeah.
The appliances don't last as long as they used to because they want you to buy them again.
Yep. Laptops have a 3-year average lifespan, things like that. Absolutely.
Oh, don't say that because mine's on year 3.
Is it ever worth staying quiet to protect your image?
I guess it depends on the situation.
I mean, if somebody's asking my opinion. Now, I told a friend of mine this the other day. I said, don't ask my opinion unless you genuinely want it.
Right.
If somebody asks for my opinion, I'm going to tell them. And, that's the whole thing of, people are so coddled nowadays that they want things always to go their way.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being nice and being kind. And a friend of mine, she did a video on that this week. There's a difference between being nice and being kind. I'd rather have a kind friend than a nice friend.
Okay.
It's like you ladies. If I was doing something that y'all knew was wrong, y'all would call me out on it.
Well, first I'd text Shauna and be like, "Are you? Am I seeing this right? Like, can you make sure that I'm reading this situation properly?"
But that's what you're. Kind is not being nice.
Right.
Being kind is not being nice. Mm-hmm. There's a difference there.
Well, I feel like the people today can't take any kind of criticism. It immediately triggers meltdowns.
Well, you criticize, and then they become emotional, and then react emotionally, as we were talking about before. And it's
Yep, 100%.
Even if it's something that's constructive.
I saw a video yesterday, I think it was, and I think the guy said he was Finnish, and he said they learn this in school when they have a disagreement with someone, like you took my pencil, then the first thing you do is you respond by acknowledging what they said. It's like, you think I took your pencil, right? And so then it establishes we're both talking about the same thing here, and apparently it kind of pulls back some of that emotion too. And I thought that was really interesting. He
Making
said
sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, we learned this by the age of 7 or 8 in school there. And he was like, I think a lot more people need to learn how to do this.
They do.
Make sure we're on the same page and we're both talking about the same thing first. And then,
that's right.
And then
argue your points.
Yeah. And people can, they just get ruffled over, just like you said, ask your opinion on something and then get mad because you give it to them.
Mm-hmm. Can you rebuild after a public failure?
People do all the time.
Depends. Mm-hmm. It really depends.
I think Shauna's right. I think people do it all the time, and I do think it depends. I think it depends on your personality and how you approach rebuilding.
Look at freaking Martha Stewart, right?
Yeah,
she rebuilt.
Yeah. She did rebuild
a big time, 100%. And now she's hanging out with Snoop Dogg, which is interesting. Never saw that one coming.
That's cool. I love Snoop Dogg.
I like Martha
Stewart. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But I think you can. It takes work and the help of other people to get your shit straight. Sorry.
Yep.
You can't pretend to be something you're not.
Yeah. So
I be genuine.
For the question of the day today, and reminder for the listeners, question of the day. Listen up. What's that? Oh, you got yours too?
She wants to open her thing.
But I didn't think you got yours yet.
No, I did. I
did,
got mine the same day you did.
Oh, I got mine. I think Jessie didn't get hers, so I didn't bring it downstairs. But we could do that after. But for a question of the day, remember, listeners, answer this question in the comments. Think about it for a second. Let us know. What do you think ruins a business reputation faster than anything?
Being fake.
Okay.
People can smell fake a mile away.
I think, being fake. That's a good one. How about you, Shauna? Any ideas?
Lying about your products.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That gets it for me.
I think...
I think that's part of that
quality.
Fake thing,
poor quality. A poor quality product would just ruin, destroy my reputation. I don't have a problem with that, though. So I was thinking of this.
You should get that song. This is the Reputation song. I don't give a bad. Yeah. I wasn't gonna say the whole song because we cussed enough on this episode, but
yeah, right? Did we?
So
I have a few examples of big businesses. What?
We're gonna have
I don't know. Jessie was gearing up to say.
We're gonna have to wash y'all's mouths out with soap.
Oh, you got to get the thing. You got to get the rim shot.
Wait, where did it go?
She's not ready.
There we go.
You got to get faster at that.
Because I was lost. I looked up and I'm like, she was looking all like, what? Did I miss something? I'm looking at my notes.
Does anybody have a bar of soap so we can wash these heifers' mouths out?
Like Ralphie. Become a connoisseur of it.
So I have a couple of examples of big businesses, not like little soap businesses, that have either had to just have destroyed their reputations or have come back from something like that. So, for example, like in 2017, United Airlines. Did either one of you remember this? They had to pull somebody off of a plane, and they've ripped them off, dragging, kicking, screaming.
Was this guy a doctor?
I don't remember if he was a doctor.
There was one time where somebody drug a doctor off.
I mean, there's a lot of viral videos about, airplane removals now, but this one took place. It looked violent. It looked inhumane. The company response was defensive rather than empathetic, and the CEO referred to the passenger as disruptive before even thinking about apologizing. So it had massive public backlash, social media firestorms. Their stock dipped in the immediate aftermath, and they had some trust erosion, right? So the action was bad. The response made it worse.
What was he ripped off the airplane for?
I don't recall, but it was the way that they ripped him off. It was just like...
there was one where there was a doctor involved, and they were like literally dragging him, I think, off.
Yeah.
Like his legs were on the ground and they were literally dragging him off, if I recall correctly. I don't know if that's the incident or not, but it did ignite a firestorm.
Yeah. I mean, so much so that, the stock dipped and all that.
I mean,
I feel like they're all dipping
it just
now.
really kind of depends on what caused it, and if he had it coming, he had it coming. I'm sorry.
All right,
I know, but that's part of the problem now, though, is that we don't get the full story most of the time.
Right, you don't get the full
and people
story.
People making snap judgments.
Exactly.
All you get is how do you... Okay, so now you're the CEO of American Airlines. Regardless of the reason why this guy got pulled off your plane, how do you handle it? How do you handle the backlash of, like, this video just making you look like trash? You have to figure out a way to do it. How about this one?
Like that. I feel like we need handlers like celebrities have. That. Mm-hmm. What do they call them? The people who like
fixers.
Fixers. Fixers, like they're publicists.
Yeah, publicists, spin doctors.
Publicists are coming. Yeah, they come out and they like.
Anyway, in 2015, Volkswagen. Okay, they had an emissions scandal. Do you guys remember this one?
Nope.
No. Okay, so Volkswagen admitted to installing software that cheated emissions tests in millions of diesel vehicles, right? So they were intentionally deceptive. It wasn't a mistake. It was systematic. And it contradicted their environmentally conscious branding. So, like, they went completely, our brand is, eco-conscious, but we're just going to sneak in and, lie about all of the emissions that we're doing. Mm-hmm. That, billions of dollars in fines, criminal charges, and global trust collapse. Like, there is a difference between making an error and betraying trust intentionally. So, if you heard about that, then you no longer trust BMW, right?
I thought you said it was Volkswagen.
I mean, Volkswagen. Volkswagen.
I ain't never been big on Volkswagen anyhow. I don't care.
Well, they're supposed to be super safe and all that. Yeah. But, I mean, we're talking about reputation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about when some reputations... how about Johnson & Johnson? Remember Tylenol?
Yeah.
When they were breaking into Tylenol, they were putting in cyanide-laced Tylenol capsules that was causing all those deaths because of product tampering. Like, that wasn't Tylenol doing it. But
no, but it affected their reputation.
Yeah.
But it affected their reputation big time. And how did they handle it? Immediate, nationwide recall. They had transparent communication. They were like out there trying to get ahead of it. And they changed their packaging and had tamper-proof packaging, which is now the industry standard for all of those things.
Right.
So they took a terrible, terrible, terrible PR situation and turned it around. And now, do you trust? I mean, maybe not now with what they're in the news for now, but Tylenol is a trusted brand, even though people were dying from taking it. So
well, yeah, I mean but that also goes back to Tylenol wasn't at fault for that. That was somebody else doing it.
Right, but the airline wasn't at fault for the guy, getting dragged off. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, so you can't control the crisis, but you can control the response.
Control the narrative, yeah.
Right. Or Domino's Pizza. Now, this was a funny one, right? In 2009, people were complaining constantly that Domino's Pizza tastes like cardboard. So what did they do? They acknowledged it. They made a whole campaign about how their pizza stunk. And they revamped their recipes and had a massive turnaround. They owned it. And sales surged. And they, owning your flaws can publicly increase your credibility, right? Like, hey, you're right. Our stuff is terrible. We're going to fix it.
That's the right way to respond to criticism.
Right.
Improve.
Right.
Yep. Be transparent about it.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Yep. Do it, lady.
Yep. Do it, lady. Yep. All right. So I have just a few, like 5 heifer hypotheticals. Okay.
Okay. I like
and
that.
I want you guys to.
This or that, huh?
Heifer hypotheticals from the Heifer in Chief.
That's right. So you're going to tell me, is it a minor infraction or is it a reputational felony? Okay, like is it a big deal or do they really need to work on this, right? First one, and I only have 5 of them. A soap maker deletes all negative comments immediately on every single one of their videos. They get a negative comment, and boop, delete.
I think it's relatively minor, but it looks terrible.
Yeah.
I think
Do you know anybody that does that?
Yeah.
Hey, where'd you get that mold from? Delete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a negative comment, though. That's just...
It's not a negative comment, but it certainly does build a negative reputation.
Yep.
Right? So, I have a negative reputation in my head. That person is...
Yeah.
Got a negative value.
I purchased from that person once, and right after that found out about all this, will never purchase again.
Right. Okay. So then her reputation... Okay, next one. A business raises prices 40% overnight with no explanation.
Oh, that's straight to jail.
That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
That
is
you gotta
reputational felony. Can you come back from that? Probably not. 40%? That's insane.
Gosh, that would be like, my soaps retail for $9 a bar. So that would be like me going from $9 a bar to $15 a bar overnight. That's insane. Gosh almighty.
Yeah.
No.
So no, that person.
I mean, I think
to,
you can recover from it, but you've got to do it the right way.
Right. Well, you have to have some kind of explanation.
Yeah.
A brand copies trending designs but claims it's just inspired by.
Straight to jail. I also know someone who does this.
Shauna says, "Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Straight to jail, heifer."
Yes.
There is a reason I feel so strongly about this. Anyway,
I mean, Shauna.
There was not even an inspired by either. It was just a straight up copy.
It was just crickets. But yeah, I mean, if it's something along the lines of how it happened to Shauna, yeah, straight to jail. But I mean, like, is there really any individual
unique designs?
Right.
Yeah, it's really difficult to come up with a new thing now. How
Exactly.
about you're a maker and you're publicly blasting a difficult customer?
Straight to
like
jail.
that too.
Straight to jail.
I mean, it depends on the customer and how difficult they are, and I'm not going to publicly blast anyone in a way that identifies them.
Exactly.
So maybe that would be a difference.
You can get on there and be educational, be like, don't be like this. I mean, I've had something similar to that with that customer that had their package porch pirated.
Oh yeah.
I did post an educational video on this happens, and when this happens, you have to go about it this and such way. Don't act like a butt.
Right. But there are entire accounts that just blast people over and over again. And you're building your reputation on that, and I don't want to be a customer that might get blasted. So I'm not going to buy from you.
It's kind of like when they said like Taylor Swift wrote songs about all her exes, and it's like, do you really want to date her? Because if you break up, she's going to write songs about you, right? She's going to write a
song about you.
I don't know. I might want a song about me. Living in,
but from Taylor Swift?
Well,
you can get Alanis Morissette about...
And no, everybody in the Heifer herd, I am not a Swiftie by any means.
I don't think anybody would have guessed you were.
Yeah, I don't.
Probably not.
I'm
not hating on anybody that is. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, no.
I am terrible with
my
names and things like that. So if I know Taylor Swift song, I probably know them. I probably sing along with them, and just don't.
And you
know
don't know it's hers.
Yeah, because I don't know who the artists are. I just listen to who I listen to. Okay, last one. A small business admits that they've been underpricing and they need to fix it.
That's normal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd say so. I'd say that's, a good reputational, like, hey, I'm being transparent with you, so.
Like, I mean, you can... Yeah, I'd be transparent about, like, look, guys, I mean, I'm just breaking even on this. We've got to increase prices. I mean, I've been transparent when I've had to increase the prices. Like, when I upgraded to the boxes, I'm like, look, these things cost extra money, but they're going to ensure that your product gets to you safer. You know, there won't be dinged or, exactly.
We sent out an email saying, like, hey, our prices are going up, but this is why, and this is what we're going to do with it, so.
Yep.
Right.
And there you go. So, shall we wrap it up?
That's what he
Every
said.
time. Every time. All right, y'all. If there is one thing we want you to walk away with tonight, it is your reputation is something you're earning every single day, whether you're trying to or not. Be slow to react. Be quick to own your mistakes. And remember that trust compounds, but so do bad decisions. If this episode made you think, or if you've ever had to rebuild your reputation after something went sideways, tell us about it in the comments. We read them. All of them. Like, subscribe, share this with your favorite small business reprobate. And as always, stay dirty, Heifers. Any other things that you can think of? I can't think of any other ones.
You all right there?
Me?
Yeah.
I used to, this is an aside that I'll edit this out, but when I used to say goodnight to my kids, I'd go in, I'd kiss them goodnight, and then as I was leaving, I would close their door, and it would creak. All three of their doors would creak, and I'd go, and as I was closing the door, and then I would open the door again, just until they got so frustrated that they'd be like, can you just get out?
I would throw something at you.
Every night without fail, I did that to my kids. I don't know if they will continue to do that to their own children. So,
and now they all own oh my god. Now they all own 3-in-1 oil for their hinges so they don't creak anymore. I still do it. Even when the doors didn't creak, I would still do it. Just since you're editing